I asked for tequila and they gave me a Truly, so here we are. No one mentioned anything about trying an oyster. I was told I was learning how to shuck an oyster. I don't know what that means. It sounds aggressive, but I literally have never had oysters and I'm old.
Today we're talking about one of my favorite sea-dwelling mollusks. These things filter our waters, they change their genders, taste great with a little cocktail sauce, and give us one of fashion's most iconic gemstones. That's right, we're talking about oysters. In particular, how to pop one of these guys open without a surprise puncture wound, and how to whip up a tasty mignonette sauce that you will serve with these briny little morsels. But first, I gotta introduce this week's queen of the kitchen. You can check her out every Saturday serving up brunch at Mickey's in WeHo, Miss Cake Moss.
Stop applauding. I know, I get it. Thank you.
Looking amazing. Mwah, mwah. Have you ever had an oyster? Where are you from?
No, ma'am. I
originally?
am originally from Cleveland.
Okay, so not very many oysters there, I imagine.
No, ma'am. It's a lake. It's fine, girl.
We set you up proper with another one down there. That's perfect. Good thing is you're here today because we are talking about oysters. We're gonna shuck one properly. We're gonna make a delicious little sauce at the end to serve up with these guys.
We're making a sauce?
Oh yeah,
Oh my God.
But before we get started, what is this I hear with you and Miley Cyrus at the VMAs?
She had a bunch of drag queens come on stage and like, it was like a bunch of Drag Race girls and like me and two of my sisters that weren't on Drag Race, and we were just like,
Hell yeah.
huh. It was super fun.
Did you see yourself on TV?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I got to see the actual reaction when Nikki came for her. Oh, Miley was good. We saw the real thing because we were backstage. There's a big old TV right in front of us and we were just like, go on.
And then she had an army of drag queens with her to protect her.
Yeah, so that's probably why Nikki stepped, because she was like, I'll fight all the drag queens too, let's go.
All of them. Well, let's hop into it. First and foremost, we're gonna need a few things. We're gonna need an oyster knife. I gave you the safety one.
Mine's Tiffany's blue. That's actually why you gave it to me.
For safety, we're gonna need a cut glove. This is gonna help prevent those surprise puncture wounds that we were talking about.
Actually, I'm gonna take this one off too because fish.
Okay. So let's dive in. First and foremost, let's talk about our oysters today. We have 3 different varieties. We have a Atlantic Wallfleet, we have a Moon Dancer, and we have the Atlantic Blue Point. I kind of like starting with the smaller ones. I think they're a little meatier, they're brinier. There's that kind of salt taste to it that you really look for in a good oyster. So before we go stabbing our knives into the oyster, go ahead and for safety, we're just gonna place it right on our little towel. And we're just gonna take the tip of our oyster knife, and we're gonna place it in the hinge, and you kind of wanna give it a good little work in, and give it a little twist. Just kind of pop off.
It's giving me very avocado vibes.
Look at this.
Is that a pearl?
Bum, bum.
Is there a pearl in
Is
there?
there a pearl? No.
Do you ever, okay, so this is where pearls come from, right? Oysters.
It is.
Yeah?
It is.
So
It's calcium that over time has just been built up. The oyster stores the calcium and molds it into this.
pearls are just calcium?
That's it.
Girl!
All right.
She's giving me
Let's take a look.
drama.
I'm gonna come over there and join you. You're in the hinge.
in the hinge,
There you go.
but she is, there she goes.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
There she goes. Is she gonna spittle on me too?
I heard you like that though.
Who told you?
Look at that.
There she goes.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh, gross.
So next you're gonna take it, if you're kind of already doing it, but you're gonna just kind of release it from the membrane. This little muscle that kind of holds it on there.
This is giving me very just like, I just blew this out of my nostril. I don't know.
Try another one. Try a different style.
I don't-
So
sorry.
you can go ahead. No, you're doing perfect. You can go ahead just to kind of save
So
yourself.
you don't want the oyster to see that I'm gonna cut it open?
Yeah, you want to keep its eyes closed. You wouldn't want to know if there was a big blade coming at you, girl. So these bigger ones are sometimes a little harder to get into just because naturally they're a little stronger. These Atlantic oysters are typically a little larger. The warm waters of the Atlantic
What the-
allow the oysters to kind of grow a little larger. Well, you'll find all the West Coast oysters, a lot of your California oysters, the Kamakotos, are a lot smaller, but they're meatier, they're brinier. Personally, they're my favorite. Smaller, the better. But look at you, you've already shucked 2 oysters. Let's do one more
What is
before we
that?
dive in.
Is that a pocket? Oh.
We'll come back to
I
it.
feel like it's alive still. It smells like SeaWorld.
It actually is alive, technically. The last ones.
Ooh, I'll do this one because it reminds me of Blastoise from Pokemon.
Okay, tell me more about this. Are you a Pokemon fan?
Yeah, she had the reflective Charizard or whatever.
Take a look at this guy. You can really tell a difference in all three. They have a different makeup. They're a little larger. You can kind of get a sense of where they were harvested from.
Oh, I feel like I should have said prayers for them all.
We already did. We did
Sorry.
that earlier. We did our little prayer circle for
Sorry,
the
little
oysters.
oyster.
How we looking? Okay.
Like a mollusk.
Under your table, you're gonna find everything you need to create a mignonette sauce.
Sorry, girl.
First thing we're gonna need is a good red wine vinegar.
Regina.
Then we're gonna have our favorite honey. Gonna need a little salt.
Oh my God.
Always need a good pepper grinder on set. And of course,
Oh my. Wait.
we have here our shallots and our garlic.
Oh my God. I love shallots, except they make you warm.
They make you warm.
Yeah, use shallots raise your internal body temperature.
Oh, I didn't know that. You're
Yeah.
teaching me things.
Really?
This is my cooking show.
Oh.
Get out of here.
I was like, I'm not a chef, girl.
Now, I'm not gonna put drag on. You wouldn't want to see me in
Do I
drag.
need this yet?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Bring it on out.
Okay, sorry, I ruined it.
And a good mixing bowl and whisk. Thank you, cake. If you'd like it a little sweeter, you're gonna add a little more honey. If you'd like it a little tartar, a little more vinegar.
There's a lot of strong smells in this episode.
So go ahead and give yourself some oil. Go ahead and give it a little more than that.
Are you sure?
Yes, 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 yes. Gotta get your sip, girl. Then, of course, our honey. I like mine a little sweeter.
Same, I got a sweet tooth.
Then we're gonna add our garlic. Bum, ba, da, bum.
This spoon.
Yep.
See, I don't cook.
We can
Well, I
add.
cook, but
You
I
are cooking.
I am making, I'm,
And then, of course, we have our shallots. Go ahead and toss your shallots in. You don't have to add them all.
well, I love shallots.
They really bring the sweetness. They bring that kind of earthy, peppery tone that your onions get. But they're not as, I guess, potent as garlic. Now that we have our honey, our garlic, our shallots, we're gonna hit it with a... I didn't get a drink. I guess they forgot.
That sounds like a you problem.
They forgot about me here. This is my show and I can't get a drink.
There was an extra under the table too. Like, I was like, ooh. Table, give him a truly.
So we have our salt and our pepper. Let's go ahead and give it a nice little pinch of salt. I like to use kosher salt. Iodinized salt works. It's a little, I don't know, a little tartar, a little sour. And then, of course, a few turns of our cracked black pepper. Now, table pepper is good to have. I know we all have it, but there's something about fresh cracked black pepper that really just brings the flavor. It's so much nicer to use. It's a more subtle flavor. Really comes through with the fresh whole grain black pepper. Once we have everything in our bowl, give it a little mix. I'm actually gonna add a little more vinegar to mine.
What is the consistency supposed to give you?
Super light. Really, I would probably add a little more vinegar to yours as well.
What if I added some truly?
Now that's a different episode.
Okay.
All right, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Cake, are you so excited?
Yeah, sauce in
I
it.
can feel how excited you are. So take some of that beautiful mignonette you just made.
All over it.
Cup it up. Are you ready?
Ah.
Cheers!
Yeah.
It's salty, it's garlicky, it's shalloty. You can really taste that pepper and the salt come through. This is really a meal meant for the gods.
It's something.
It's
Something.
I love it. I'm so excited. We have all of these oysters. I hear we have some company coming over.
Oh,
What do you
no one
think?
told me we were having guests, but
I'm gonna take these oysters and we're gonna go set up, guys. Thank you so much for joining.
bye.
Kawaii, cutie on the beat, cooking up the heat. OMG, booty like Kylie, but shouty Taiwanese. Did you see her on the magazine? And Times Square on the screen.
I'm not gonna shoot it because I don't want that in my mouth, like all that extra water.
That's the good stuff.
No. Double no.